And boom, we are rolling. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day so far. It's great to have you all here. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Dragoncorpse, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their brand new song, which came out less than 24 hours ago, which is called Dragonectomy, Chased Through a Dungeon by a... So Dragonectomy is I imagine a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek reference to how many bands there are out there that end in ectomy. I've actually got a list. I've actually got a list of them here. I didn't realize it was this many, but you've got organectomy, you've got covidectomy, and you've got gutrectomy as well, and a lot more as well. A lot more bands ending in ectomy. And Chased Through a Dungeon by A. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to the Wake in the Cadaver track called which is called Chased Through the Woods by a Rapist. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm looking too deeply into it. But Dragoncorpse, they like to mess around. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So if you haven't heard Dragoncorpse, they are, I would say, probably the world's first deathcore and power metal band. Basically, I haven't heard anything quite like Dragoncorpse. I did. Let's go back a little bit. So it was, what day was it? What was the date? The date was January 21st, 2022. Dragoncorpse, From the Sky. Deathcore power metal. That was on the Circle Pit. I saw that and I thought, bullshit, that's not gonna work. God almighty, I was wrong. It works so fucking well, like so crazily good. It's a shame that no one's came up with the idea before, to be honest. You wouldn't think of putting those two genres together, but it really, really works. Then they released another single, which was called Blood and Stones, and then they released an album, an EP, I guess, called The Dragonectomy Saga. And some of the details of that are, deathcore and power metal, huge power metal choruses, acoustic guitar parts, spoken word interludes, but it's spoken word that's got a kind of crazy filter on the voice, so it actually sounds a bit like what you would imagine a dragon to sound like if it was actually talking. Great mix. Goes from serious to silly to heavy. Amazing vocals of all types. Now, to say that I think his name is Mardy Leith. To say that this guy is talented is really, really not doing him justice. This guy has got a set of pipes on him, man. I mean, holy shit. We're gonna listen to a track from the Dragonectomy Saga, which is called Sun Lover. We're gonna check that out. Hold on, I just want to make sure this isn't an emergency of some description. It is certainly not. So we're going to listen to that because there are still some people out there who haven't had the pleasure of listening to Dragoncorpse. I just want to make sure everyone's caught up, everyone's up to speed. Sorry, guys. Cool. Sorry about that. So unprofessional, but had to respond to something there. So yeah, we're gonna listen to this track, and then we're gonna get on with this. Then we're gonna crack on with a new one. So this is the opening track of the Dragonectomy Saga, which is called Sun Lover. Enjoy.
Now I can see
I'm just going to play one of the interludes here because it's really cool.
Untold years since the slaying of Dragon, drained of all that would prove his existence. The mortal realm has erased their fear, pledging their souls to the celestial gods. We find ourselves here, beneath the earth's out deep, now light and enter. Amongst the matriarchal dwarves preparing a feast, but not one for the stomachs of mortals, but for the sleeping gods of the mountain. A feast of blood and bone. The Queen Delian, preparing a morsel only she can. The soul of her only son, the one they call Stan.
It puts a big, giant, stupid grin on my face every time I hear it. Every time I hear that track and that album in general, I've listened to it a bunch. It just makes me smile. There's nothing else like it, man. Nothing else like it. And if there is, I want to hear it. Okay. Dragonectomy. Chased through a dungeon by a something. Let's go.
Where to drown it, where to see.
Dragoncorpse, ladies and gentlemen. That was like a combination of like power metal, deathcore, but like over the top, not suitable for work lyrics, like Infant Annihilator. These guys, man, this still, just when I think I've seen all of their tricks, they go and throw a song where the lyrical content is a guy that's actually legitimately worried about being eaten by a dragon if he doesn't please it sexually. There's a sentence I never thought I would say. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say, there's a couple of bits I want to go back to here, but okay, so see if the lyrics weren't up on the screen, right? And sometimes it's a little bit hard to hear what deathcore vocalists are actually saying, right? If you take out that little comedy sexual noise that woman made, and you take out that little tiny bit of power metal there, that's just a straight deathcore song. And that's why I think these guys are so good, because if you're gonna have something that could easily be a gimmick, the way to avoid it being a gimmick is if you make sure that both of the parts are actually good and they stand alone by themselves. So, like in that that track that we listened to beforehand called Sun Lovers, Sun Lover, Lovers, doesn't really matter. The deathcore parts of that were good, solid deathcore. So it wasn't that it's kind of just a power metal band that are just doing a couple of gutturals, a couple of breakdowns, a couple of like, a couple of like, flowy deathcore vocal set, lines and stuff. It's not that. It's that the power metal by itself really works and the deathcore works. So when you put it together, you get something that, again, could easily be seen as a gimmick, but is absolutely not. Did they actually reference Shrek? Your Donkey X wasn't up to the task or something like that. Let's get into some of the bits here. Okay, cool. 45 seconds in. This is insane. Right. Listen to that section again and just pretend that it's not about a guy trying to pump a dragon. That's really good deathcore. Really, really good deathcore, and I won't be told otherwise, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If you listen to that in isolation without knowing, like, if you just heard that, like someone was just playing that in their car or something, you wouldn't necessarily think that it was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, kind of like poking fun, like, song. Really nice. I liked how loud the bells were turned up there as well. I think bells, piano. I'm not quite sure what it was, but whatever that effect was that they were using, very, very high in the mix, and the bass was sounding exceptionally chunky on that track as well. The bass was good on their last one, but they need to keep the bass going like that. Okay, 220. crazy. Just absolute unhinged craziness. Yeah. Very, very strong Infant Annihilator vibes on the lyrics. Obviously, very sexual. Much like Infant Annihilator, but actually describing a story. It's not like with some deathcore lyrics. You can't they work, they flow really well. They're well thought out and stuff, but you kind of feel like you could kind of take whatever meaning you want from them, really. With that, it's very much a storytelling kind of like narration style of writing deathcore lyrics. Again, I'm going to say it, much like Infant Annihilator. That was fucking awesome. That was really, really good. I mean, hopefully people appreciate that there's a lot more going on with Dragoncorpse than just memes and Dragoosey and just overall silliness, because that's a quality deathcore song there, like really, really good deathcore. If you strip away all the silliness, but if you add the silliness in, it just makes it all the better, in my opinion. I love Dragoncorpse. I really, really do. I've said it 100 times, and I'm going to say it 100. I'm going to say it 101 times right now. There's nothing else like these guys. Nothing else like them out there, and they're just getting started. So yeah, who knows what? I think the last thing they released was a cover. I don't do reactions to covers, but I think it was a Limp Bizkit cover. I can't actually remember what it was, but that was also good as well. But I don't react to cover songs for various different reasons. Yeah, more singles would be awesome. Another EP would be great. Another album would also be fantastic as well. But these guys can go from serious sounding to silly to brutal, expansive. These guys have got all the potential in the world to go as far as they want to go. Yeah, just fantastic. Fantastic, unhinged brutality. I absolutely love it. Yeah, what else? What more is there to say? So, if you scroll down, you'll find links to the band's social medias, to where you can buy some merchandise. It really, really helps bands out if you buy merch. It's a very, very good way to support them. You'll find links to where you can stream their music, so then you can just go and get all their numbers up. That also really helps them as well. Please remember to scroll down, click on every single one of the links, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, like all their posts, slide into their DMs, let them know how much of a good job they're doing. Yeah, follow them, stream their music, buy some merchandise, just do whatever you can to continue to support these guys and encourage them to make more music, because there's nothing else quite like Dragoncorpse out there. And yeah, my main hope for these guys is people realize that there's a lot more going on than just memes and kind of like overall silliness. There's actually a serious band behind all of this as well. So yeah, one more time, Dragoncorpse, Dragonectomy, yeah, Chase Through a Dungeon by A. Chase Through a Dungeon by a Dragon, I guess. Go check that shit out. Thank you very much for joining me. Love you all very much. Take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.